Hi everybody, welcome to That's Football. Liverpool 4, Brentford 1 in what can only be described as a demolition job, but it could be a demolition job on Liverpool as well. Alisson with the hamstring injury before the game, how long's he going to be out? Jota, Curtis Jones, Nunez, all coming off with some level of injury in that game. It won't be an immediate concern for Liverpool fans and Jurgen Klopp, but how much of an issue will that be for them as they start going into this crazy phase of a game every 3 or 4 days? They play midweek against Luton, then it's the Carabao Cup, then it's midweek FA Cup, and then another Premier League game before they go to Man City a week later. So look, a 2 or 3 week injury for Liverpool puts those players out of that Man City game, which isn't that far away. So look, Liverpool will have that in mind, but the game against Brentford, I've got to say, I mean, this was something, I think I said it on Twitter this morning. This is the sort of game where titles are won and lost. Now, I'm not saying Liverpool are going to win the title because they won this game, but if you lose this game or you drop points in it, Brentford away is the sort of game that can be really difficult and you want to tick it off. Arsenal away to Burnley, Man City at home to Chelsea. Out of the 3 title contenders, I think Liverpool had the toughest game today, and they've gone and won it, and they've gone and won it well. I don't think 4-1 is a reflection of the score, apart from factually it is, but I think 2 of the goals, the 3rd and 4th goals for Liverpool, horrific defending by Brentford. And actually, I thought Brentford started off well and looked a threat, and I thought Kelleher had a good game for Liverpool. But in the final third, Brentford just don't have the quality of a Liverpool, although they gave a good account of themselves. So look, massive, massive win for Liverpool, a demolition job. And these are the sort of games that you look at Liverpool and it's like they've got to not give teams a sniff. Everyone's looking at that Man City-Liverpool game at Anfield in a couple of weeks. 3 weeks' time, actually. But it's these sort of games where Liverpool's experience and Klopp's experience is expected to kick in. We're expecting Liverpool to win most weeks now. We expect Liverpool to go and win at Forest in a couple of weeks, beat Luton midweek, and then face up to Man City in that huge, huge game. And I think when you look at the way Liverpool are playing, the clinical nature of their finishing is what stands out there. Yes, Brentford made some defensive mistakes, but even the first goal by Nunez, he's got a FIFA sweaty pass, and it's an open goal for Jota. He dinks it over him. Gakpo's finish was really good. Salah's finish was really good. And that's something that Liverpool have been very good at in recent weeks, which is taking chances. Defensively, I think they only conceded their first corner in the last 10 minutes. So they're implementing that high line. They're trying to keep teams away from their goal when it comes to shots as well. I think MacAllister scoring today. I've said this a few times across the season, and even some Liverpool fans don't want to acknowledge it. But I just think that he has to go down as one of the most underrated signings of the season. Like, he doesn't get mentioned in the same arena as a Declan Rice. And I'm like, he cost half the price of Rice. He's dropped into a Liverpool midfield and he's in a title race and they're in the cup final. Why is MacAllister not mentioned in the same conversation as Declan Rice for signing of the season when you look at how much they paid for him? Am I watching a different game here? Or I've been on about it all season. I think he's the most consistent midfielder that they've bought, and he's absolutely fundamental because he's the guy that basically runs the midfield. He's the deepest midfielder. And he's popped up with a goal today. He's tenacious. He's good at rotating the ball. I don't know what it is. It just doesn't seem to get picked up on by the mainstream or many other fans, rival fans. It just doesn't seem to get mentioned. And I think he's, that it's not like they're top of the league. Like, he's playing holding midfielder, basically, the closest they've got to a holding midfielder, in a team that's top of the league, that's doing really well in the Cups. And I don't think he gets anywhere near enough credit. It's almost like, it's MacAllister. I think an amazing sign. I wish Man United had signed him. I bet Chelsea wish they'd signed him. Like, he's been absolutely fantastic for them and would be my man of the match today. And nice for him to pop up with the goal. The return of Salah is obviously crucial, but I want to highlight the injuries. That Jota injury, I mean, he's going off on a stretcher. He has been Liverpool's best player for the last 6 weeks. Popping up with goals, really important goals. To lose Jota, all right, Salah comes back and it's not a bad swap over, is it? Salah's been injured, Jota gets injured, Salah comes back. Okay, there's a natural change there and it's not the end of the world, but it's still an in-form player that's been really good for them. And, I mean, is that the issue with Jota? He's actually been getting a lot of credit lately. We did an either or on the show, didn't we? About I forget who it was. It was Jota against somebody, and it was like, Jota won out on top. And I think he's been universally recognised as playing really, really well over the last few weeks. But that looks like it's going to be a significant injury. And is it a season ender? Is it a few weeks? Either way, you're losing a player with momentum who's banging form. And this is the problem, isn't it? I think Arsenal and Man City will be looking at that and going, that's a real positive for us. But Klopp will be looking at it and going, why am I picking up so many injuries all the time? Why is it my team that's picking up all the injuries? Arsenal have had a couple. Man City don't really seem to be picking them up at all. So, he'll be looking at that, not wishing injuries on Man City, but he'll be looking at it and going, is it going to equal itself out? Because Liverpool have had a lot of challenges this season. I don't want to mention VAR because I don't think there was anything major today, but you look at Liverpool at Anfield, where the Odegaard handball, if that's given, Liverpool probably win that game. You look at the VAR decision in the Spurs game, and then all the injuries. Liverpool have had it harder than Man City so far this season. So Klopp will be looking at that and going, look, it's a massive win today, but we can't, they're almost on the edge, aren't they? Their front four options at the moment, well, if Nunez is injured, they've only got Salah, who's just coming back, Diaz, who looked better again today, and then Gakpo. So look, they'll be hoping that the Nunez one was a precaution. But Brentford aren't going to go down. No, I don't see Brentford going down. I think Tony's got 4 in 5 and obviously offers a lot to them. I don't think they would have gone down with Tony, but I don't think we need to worry about Brentford. It was a good result against Wolves away last week. They'll get the points to stay up. They're not going to go down, Brentford, at all. But they'll be disappointed with that today because they've got to go away to Man City midweek, where they will lose at the Etihad, of course. And they defended badly today at times. They didn't really create enough in the final third. But it's a big win for Liverpool in the title race, of course it is. Make sure you smash a like on the video and subscribe. Of course, we're going to be back for Man City against Chelsea with another live watch-along for you. In a couple of hours by the time you're watching this. But regards to the title race, look, there's so much further to go. I think this is the Saturday where Liverpool needed to beat Brentford because you're expecting Arsenal to beat Burnley and you're expecting Man City to beat Chelsea. You don't want to be the team that drops points on a weekend where everybody else wins. Now, Arsenal, under a little bit of pressure at Turf Moor, they've got to go and win, knowing that Liverpool have won. And Man City are probably going to know that Arsenal and Liverpool have won. They've got to win. So, yeah, Liverpool, I think, had the toughest game on paper out of all the title contenders this week. It's job done for them. And it's over to the others. Interesting title race. Get your comments in below. What are your thoughts on Alexis MacAllister? How impactful do you think these injuries are going to be on Liverpool? We didn't even mention the fact that we don't know how long Alisson's going to be out for, and he's a massive goalkeeper for them. How impactful are these injuries going to be on Liverpool, considering they're playing so many games as well? Europa League's about to kick back in. Is the Liverpool squad capable of staying in a title race if they're going to keep picking up all these injuries? Get your comments in below, smash a like on the video and subscribe. I'll speak to you on the next one.